Hello and welcome to our next DBT Talk Hub and Speak expert session. My name is Dmitro Polishuk. I'm Principal BI Consultant at ScaleFree. And today we are continuing our discussion about DBT Fusion. In the first video, we introduced DBT Fusion and discussed what it is, why it is important, and some of the key capabilities that it brings, such as dialect-aware validation and state-aware orchestration. If you haven't watched that video yet, make sure to watch it before continuing with this one. In this video, I will introduce how some of these key capabilities work in practice using a demo project in the DBT platform. We will look at features like SQL validation in the IDE, previewing CTE results, state-aware orchestration, and efficient testing, and see how DBT Fusion can make DBT development and deployments more efficient. And now it's time for the demo. For this demo, I prepared a project called Hub Speak Base, which contains the following elements: 4 sources, customer line item orders and part, and 7 models. 4 staging models, 1 for every source, and 3 models in the marked layer, 2 dimensions, dim customer, dim part, and flagged orders. And to demonstrate how efficient testing works, I also configured unique and not now tests for the sources. The same tests are also configured for our staging models. And the marked models also have unique tests defined, as you can see in the star schema YAML file. But we will look at testing some couple of minutes later. Now let's look at how dialect-aware validation works in the IDE. Let's start with the feature of previewing CTEs. In the model fact orders, you can see the hint, preview CTE. When you click on it, you can preview the data returned by that CTE in the results section below. Yeah, like this. Next, in the same model fact orders, I will try referencing a non-existing column, order keys, instead of order key. And DBT instantly recognizes the incorrect reference. Or if we hover over the underlined column, we can see the error message saying that the column L_order keys cannot be found. The error is also listed in the problems section below. So I will revert this change. DBT can also detect invalid function names. For example, if I rename the function round to something like roundy, DBT will complain about that as well. If now I try to build this model, DBT will not send the query to the data warehouse for execution. Instead, it stops during static analysis and throws an error immediately. And in the logs, you can see that DBT also throws this error, no function roundy. So I will revert this change as well. At the time of recording this video, not all possible SQL errors are detected by the Fusion engine yet. For example, if we introduce a third argument to the round function, DBT does not currently flag it, and the query will still be sent to Snowflake where it fails. But DBT Fusion is still in preview, so this behavior may change in the future. Now let's look at how state-aware orchestration works. To enable it, we should go to Orchestration and Environments. And then I will go to the production environment, and then we'll go to our production job, and then I will go to settings. And here we need to enable Fusion cost optimization features, including state-aware orchestration and efficient testing. And now I will start this job. Before running this demo, I dropped all tables and views from the production schema so that the job rebuilds everything from scratch. So let's wait until the job finishes. Yeah, the job has finished. And now, as you can see, all models are green. If we open the logs, we can see that all models were executed because DBT detected new change. New change detected, and so on. As you may remember, if DBT Fusion does not find a model in the database, it automatically rebuilds it, which was the case. Now, let's start the job again. And this time, all models are marked as reused because no new changes were detected. And here in the logs, you can see that the model is reused, and no new changes on any upstreams. Now, let's look how state-aware orchestration reacts to data changes. For that, I will insert one row into the customer source table and one row into the line item source table. And if we go to the lineage, our expectation is that inserting a row into a customer source should trigger refresh of staging customer model and dim customer model. And inserting a row into the line item source should trigger refresh of the line item model and the fact orders. So let's start our job again. And as expected, only the models affected by these data changes were rebuilt, while all other models were reused. Fusion also detects the changes when the rows are updated or deleted. Note that I didn't configure any update timestamps for the DBT to detect those changes. State-aware orchestration works automatically without additional configuration, apart from enabling DBT Fusion cost optimization features directly in the job. Of course, it can also be fine-tuned with additional configurations, but that will be the topic for our next DBT Hub and Speak videos. Back to the demo. The state of models is shared across different jobs. I also created another production job in the same environment with Fusion cost optimization features enabled. This job refreshes fact orders and its parents, as you can see from the command. So let's start it. And as you can see here, all models are reused because they were already built by the previous job and nothing has changed since then. And last but not least, let's look at efficient testing. I will change the command in our production job from dbt run to dbt build. And we'll trigger the job again. At the time of recording this video, efficient testing currently works only when running dbt build. If you run dbt tests, all the defined tests will be executed. Back to the demo. And let's look at the results. As you can see here, only the tests configured on the sources were executed. dbt reused results for the upstream tests defined on staging and marked models. Yeah, so all the tests are reused. This helps reduce warehouse cost and execution time by avoiding redundant test runs. However, as of now, test results are not reused across different job runs or across different jobs. The reuse happens only within the context of a single execution, but this may change in the future. That was it for this video. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss future videos from the scale-free experts. See you in the next one.